Welcome back to the Eclectic Corners, everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed the first two episodes. So Chauncey and I are back here again to give you some more eclectic news and just culture stuff and just
a little bit of everything. Yeah,
a little bit of weird stuff here. So,
as with last time, we have divided our show into segments to offer all you listeners out there some semblance of structure. And the first one we are talking about is tough choices, which I think we had in the last episode. We had a tough choices segment.
The gorilla?
Yeah.
Or the thoughts?
Yes, right? Yeah. Gorilla or thoughts.
Would you rather be beaten up by gorilla once a week, not knowing when he'll be coming to beat you up?
Yeah.
But you will not die, but you'll be hurt though.
Yeah.
Or have all your thoughts come to reality.
That's right. That was the topic of last week's podcast. So if you missed that, definitely go back and check that one out. But this week we have something a little bit more close to our hearts,
yes.
I think. But still, a very tough choice.
Yes.
So, and this is one that I thought up on my own, so be prepared for that. But, Ray, would you rather have force powers, but no lightsaber, basically no martial skills at all, just like the ability to use the force?
Okay.
Or a lightsaber and like basically mastery in the lightsaber and martial skills, but no force powers.
Okay, so my question to you will be, can I use a combination of both the force and the dark side? Both forces?
Yeah, I mean, you could use either variant of the force as long as you have the force.
So I could use either power?
Yeah.
But I won't turn to the dark side then, either way, right? I could be neutral still.
No, I mean, balance is everything.
Okay.
So I guess technically there's... this is a debate with a lot of people. Some people are very much like, oh yeah, great Jedi, that's totally fine. I don't know that you can really ride the fence like that. It's you kind of are one way or the other.
Didn't Vader almost ride the fence?
Well, no, he was good.
Yeah,
and then he was bad, and then he
changed
came back
heart.
to good.
Yeah, change of heart. Yeah, okay, I guess.
There was never a point where he was that's like. Right. A little bit bad and a little bit good.
That's true. Okay.
He'll cut off your arm, but then he'll like heal your wounds with the force.
All right. So I guess. So would I rather have the force with no lightsaber and no martial arts skills or combat skills, or would I rather have the lightsaber with martial arts skills but no force?
Right. So like you have force as it relates to the lightsaber use and like your martial arts skills, but not force powers like the force push or lifting things with your mind or the Jedi mind tricks. Or alternatively, you have the force push and the Jedi mind tricks and lifting things with your mind, but you can't really use a lightsaber or like a staff or like punch people with the force behind it and that kind of thing.
I think it depends on what level of a Jedi are you, because if you're like a Padawan, like you're just learning, I don't want to have the force with barely any force power skills.
Okay, so let's assume master level, because I don't think anyone wants to be a Padawan anyway. Like if we're doing a what if scenario, no one's like, well, let me just start off at the
Padawan basis, right, and move my way up in skills and ranking. No, okay, all right. So
I'm too old to start as a Padawan
now. Man, you know what? I think I'm going with force powers and no lightsaber.
Okay.
I think.
Why would you say that?
I think I'm too old to fight. You know?
Okay.
My knees start. I'm only 41. But yeah, my knees hurt when I got out of bed. So for me trying to kick somebody or drop kick somebody, that ain't gonna happen. So I'm rather push them away.
That's fair.
Or lift them up and throw them into the lake or something like that. You know, just get away from me. Not today. You know, just throw them out.
Okay.
You know?
That's fair. Yeah, I think the utility of the force powers is it's way up there, because as you get older, you're maybe less able to carry heavy things, but you could lift it with the force.
Exactly.
If like the cashier at the store is being a pain in the butt and they don't want to give you a refund for something because it's like
Jedi mind tricker.
You Jedi mind trick them. I feel like the utility is there for the force powers. The lightsaber combat stuff definitely helps with personal defense, but I don't know. I don't know that I would use it on a daily basis.
Maybe like if I was younger, yeah.
Or in a different profession, like a mercenary or a soldier. Or of course, I probably wouldn't be doing a podcast if I was doing one of those.
Definitely not. Like,
it's like, let me tell you guys about my day. Oh, right, I can't.
So Monday through Friday, I do podcast. Weekends, I'm an assassin.
I went to this place and this thing happened, and yeah, that's about all I can tell you.
That's all I can tell you. If you know more, I gotta find you and kill you, like Liam Neeson.
Oh, Liam Neeson, the man who has been everything.
Qui-Gon
Jinn, yes.
Didn't last too long.
No, actually, I saw this post somewhere at one point, and it was about the Taken movies.
Oh Lord!
And it lists all the things that Liam Neeson has done. It's like, this man has been a Jedi Knight, like a god, and several other things. And he's like, why would you kidnap this person's daughter?
It's like almost like have you heard like those Chuck Norris jokes?
Yeah.
What is Chuck Tails for? I don't know, like DuckTales?
DuckTales.
Yeah, like the Chuck Norris jokes, like, Chuck Norris woke up and a reflection in the mirror got scared of him, whatever, like, stuff like that.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
So it's like, yeah, but definitely force power with no lightsabers. I could lay in bed and just make myself some coffee, or even though I don't drink coffee, but get some orange juice, make myself some breakfast, and while laying in bed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You could, you could be a healer, you could even be like a faith revival healer, or like sell your healing skills.
I was watching, what was it? The other day on Instagram, I seen some lady was selling her healing skills online. So basically, she would have her patients laying on bed, on their own bed, have their phone or computer or some type of camera pointing to them while they lay there. She was on her own home, at her own place, through her own computer, moving her fingers like she was massaging them through the computer, healing them.
Okay.
I'm like, this is so absurd. This is so... People are just dumb nowadays.
So they do remote massages now.
But if I was a Jedi Master, I could do that.
You could, technically. And I guess, biblically speaking, there's a precedent for it, because Jesus heals the guy's...
daughter?
Yeah, the guy's daughter. He just comes up.
The centurion's daughter.
Yeah, he's like, hey, can you come with me and heal my daughter? And he's like, no, she's healed. He's like, okay, I'm good.
But he still went to the house, and when he got there, she was awake.
Yeah.
That's true. That is so true.
So, there you go.
There you go. So did Jesus have Jedi powers? Or did Jesus give the people the Jedi powers?
I'd like to say that Jesus probably has powers greater than
the Jedi
have.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd also like to point out that the Jedi are a fantasy thing.
Yeah.
And so, not 100% comparable. But
not comparable. But can you imagine Jesus being your master? Like your...
how would you ever live up to that?
You can't. It's like... Sorry, I failed you again, Master.
Like, speaking of not wanting to be a Padawan, you would be a Padawan forever.
Forever. Alright, so you taken force power with no lightsabers, so have I.
I think so, yeah. As cool as a lightsaber is, and believe me, I have a lightsaber from Disney because it's awesome.
So do I. My Kylo Ren.
But yeah, I think the force powers are just more practical for our modern society.
True.
Yeah, I
gotta slap somebody from far away without them knowing it was me, though. Stop being stupid. Just slap them.
That would be pretty entertaining, actually.
They'll be looking around like, hey, what was that? Who was that?
Technically, every time you're watching live TV, you could just reach out and slap someone right in the face, and they'd be like, what just happened?
What just happened? Force powers. Nice.
I mean, the Super Bowl might have gone a little bit different if we had those force powers.
Oh, believe me, I've grown to not like Patrick Mahomes because of the little antics as of late, him whining and crying to the referees. So definitely would have called him to fumble the ball more often, or throw a couple of more interceptions. So definitely, yeah.
Yeah. Super Bowl was last night. For context, this podcast is going to be going out a month from now. So,
and Chauncey did not watch it.
Oh, I actually did watch this one.
Oh, you did watch Super Bowl. Okay.
Yeah, we had it on here on the Paramount Plus app.
Okay. Okay.
As background, I was playing a video game also at the time, but yeah.
Yeah, Chauncey's not the sports guru.
Not a bad game. I did enjoy the Agent State Farm commercial though.
The neighbor.
Yeah,
that was a good one when you showed me the other day. Oh no, it's not neighbor, it's neighbor.
That's what I said.
I said neighbor.
Like it says on the paper.
Get in the chopper.
This woman's in labor.
That was good. To me, that's probably like the best commercial that it had.
It was so good.
It was so good. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. And then I liked the new Discover commercial.
Which one was that one?
They've had a series going with this lady who's like kind of ditzy in the commercials, but she calls and she's like, "Man, you robots are sounding more human-like."
Oh yeah.
These days.
Yeah.
Like,
that's
you're not a robot.
She's Stifler's mom in American Pie.
Okay.
That's what she is.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yep. All right.
I enjoyed that one as well. But.
That's good. All right. So you think we're done with that one there? Or?
Yeah, I think we've done that one. Unless we really want to dig into the Chuck Norris jokes, which we could. I love Chuck Norris jokes. It's a back in the day thing, but they're so good.
I say we save that for another segment called Dad Jokes.
Okay. Well, let's just do a quick what's your favorite Chuck Norris joke of all the ones you've heard?
I don't know.
All right. While you're thinking, I'll do one.
Yeah.
So when Chuck does a push-up, he doesn't go up. The earth goes down.
I heard that one. That one's good. The one when Chuck Norris wakes up, it ain't him waking up, it's the sun waking up.
Okay.
I said it backwards, probably. I don't know. I probably said it wrong.
That's all right. And then there was actually an interview that he did with someone, and they were like, "Chuck, what's your favorite Chuck Norris joke?" He said his favorite was that under his beard he has a third fist.
Oh, they have a commercial with him where he's at like a small little diner. He's at the register paying for something, and then these two older gentlemen sitting down like in one of the booths talking about Chuck Norris and saying jokes, and he's standing right beside them there. And toward the end of the commercial, one of the older gentlemen says, something slick, and Chandler kicks like the salt shaker into his head, back of his head, and walks away. That was good.
Love the Chuck Norris stuff. So good.
Definitely.
Okay, so I think that officially puts that topic to bed. If you have a different opinion, of course, send us an email and let us know which way you would go and why. And of course, the email is theeclecticcornerpodcast@gmail.com.
At gmail.com. Put that a jingle there? I don't know.
At gmail.com.
All right. Oh, my phone here.
Dropping our notes there.
My notes here. All right. So the next one here, Chauncey, is name your top 5 superheroes. And then I'll name my top 5 superheroes.
Okay.
And then we'll compare them across the board from 1 through 5 and see which list will win.
Okay. All right. So number 1 has to be Superman. My last name is Kent. I have to pick Superman as my number 1. There's no other option for me. It's like a biological imperative. So that's my number 1. Number 2, probably Iron Man.
Okay.
Well, let's go back and forth. What's your number 1?
Okay, so you got Superman.
Yeah.
Man, it's a heavy hitter already, man. Come on. All right, let's go Hulk.
Okay, the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
But
I'm talking about World Destroyer Hulk, not just Bruce Banner, half World Destroyer Hulk.
Okay. All right. And then I said my number 2 is Iron Man, so who's your number 2, you think?
Iron Man. You got Iron Man, okay. Let's go Nightcrawler. I love Nightcrawler.
Oh, that's a good one.
He's my favorite.
Thinking of the
he's
X-Men.
my favorite all-time Marvel superhero.
Okay.
Growing up.
Yeah, I mean that's a good choice. I love Nightcrawler.
All right.
So my number 3 is probably Green Lantern.
The Ring, which they have limited powers though. So.
Well, no, it's your power is limited only by your imagination.
Not really.
That's the whole Green Lantern thing.
No, because the lantern could die out.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got Superman, Iron Man, Green Lantern. I got Hulk, Nightcrawler. Man,
I know it's tough. 5's tough.
Yes. Thinking here. Wow, this is tough right here. Silver Surfer.
Okay. I mean, I guess we could classify him as a
he's not bad.
Right.
He just worked for Galactus at the time being, but he helps destroy Galactus as well.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Number 4, I'm gonna say Flash.
So speed.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff you can do with the whole speed thing.
So time warping, time manipulation, going back in time.
Yeah, you can go back in time. You can go forward in time. You can jump dimensions.
Right.
You can phase through solid objects by vibrating your molecules fast enough.
Franklin Richards.
I have no idea who that is.
Oh, you see. Franklin Richard, he is Reed Richards' son.
Okay.
With, I forgot her name now. Is it Invisible Girl?
Yeah.
Miss Fantastic and Invisible Girl. So they have a son.
Okay.
Franklin Richard. You should look him up.
Does he have both powers?
Oh, no.
Oh.
I'll read to you what he has.
Okay.
So, what's your character now? Is it the 5th one I'm going to?
Yeah, this would be the 5th one. So, my number 5, it's not Marvel or DC. It's Peter Petrelli from Heroes.
Which one? Who was that?
So he's the guy who like absorbs other people's powers by just being near them.
Oh, like Rogue. Almost like, well, Rogue had to touch you though.
Yeah, Rogue had to touch you.
Okay, but so just being in close contact with you,
just in proximity to you, he absorbs your powers.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So Reed Richards' abilities. I'm sorry, Franklin Richards. Reality warping, matter and energy manipulation, energy projection, psionic abilities such as telekinesis, telepathy, astral projection, and precognitions, teleportation, immortality, and pocket universe creation.
Oh my.
Done.
It's basically the Albert Einstein of superheroes.
And if you want to go away from DC and Marvel, Spawn.
Okay. Yeah.
I think Spawn.
Yeah.
So, man, okay, so we got Superman, Iron Man. Who else we had?
Superman, Iron Man, Green Lantern, Flash, and Peter Petrelli.
Okay. And I have...
Who, just by being in the list with the other 4, has the abilities of the other 4.
I know, right? Dang. I have Hulk, Nightcrawler, Silver Surfer, Franklin Richards, and Spawn. Man.
That's a heavy hitter team.
Yeah, but you got that one guy that just takes powers away from people. So
yeah.
Like, but okay, so Peter, what was that? Peter what?
Peter Petrelli.
Okay. Once he takes away some of your power or your powers, does he keep them forever, or do they go away after time?
So I'm going with season 1, Peter Petrelli, and in that one, he keeps them forever.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a whole thing in like season 3 or 4 where his powers like get taken away and he gets them back, but it's a different version and he can only like have one power at a time, kind of thing.
That sucks.
Yeah, it was stupid.
How many seasons was Heroes?
Heroes had 4 seasons, I believe.
But it was cut short, though, right?
Sick of it. Yeah, the first season's really the only good season.
Okay.
Like that's when all the heroes are like they're coming up and learning how to use their powers and like they're the best versions of themselves, and like Sylar in particular, such a good villain, like so good. He kind of has Peter's abilities, except he has to like cut people's heads open and see how their brain is put together in order to figure out how their power works, and then he takes their power permanently.
Okay. Who was the one Asian character?
Hiro Nakamura.
What were his powers?
He could manipulate time and space.
Okay.
So he could pause time, he could go forward, he could go backward, he could teleport himself. But
Okay.
he didn't have great control of it.
All right, so let's keep it simple. Let's pick our 5 again, but only X-Men 5. So
Only X-Men?
Good or bad? Heroes or villains?
Okay.
Only X-Men. You go first.
Wait, so we're saying X-Men.
Only X-Men.
Okay.
Heroes or villains from X-Men world.
Okay.
From universe.
Alright, so my number 1 for sure would be Cyclops. He was my absolute favorite X-Men.
Okay. I say Wolverine.
Wolverine's awesome. He should definitely be on any top 5 list if he hasn't already been picked.
Wolverine, okay.
Yeah. Like, you regenerate from all damage and you live forever. Like,
come on.
fantastic. Yeah. Fantastic. My number 2. It's probably...
It could be, once again, it could be good guys or bad guys. It doesn't matter who it is.
Probably Gambit.
Oh, okay.
He's my second favorite.
All right. So you got Cyclops and Gambit. I got Wolverine, and I'll take Nightcrawler again.
Yeah.
Man.
It's a good choice.
Yeah.
Number 3 would be Rogue.
Okay.
Because, like, you just have to.
All right. I will be taking Jean Grey in the Phoenix form.
Of course. Number 4... I mean, you'd have to go Xavier, right?
Okay.
He's pretty cool.
Okay.
You can get in your head.
Okay. So you're going Xavier.
Yeah.
You sure?
I mean...
You don't want to up it a little bit from Xavier?
I don't think you can one.
Oh, she can. I got it in my head. Yes, you can.
I might not know this character, so...
All right.
Yeah.
Onslaught.
Yeah, I don't know that character.
He's both Magneto and Xavier together.
Interesting.
And so what happens is, I think I want to make sure I'm correct here. Magneto tries to get into Xavier tried to get into Magneto's head. Mm-hmm. Once Magneto took off his helmet because Xavier cannot get through Magneto's head because of the helmet. So once he took it off, he got into it, but he was in the astral plane, mental astral plane there, and they created Onslaught, both of them together. Okay. So he has the power of both. Interesting. Yes.
Okay. Then number 5.
You can go with the First Mutant if you want.
The what?
The First Mutant. Apocalypse.
Oh, no.
No. He considered the First Mutant. Considered.
Yeah. I mean, Wolverine was around in like the Civil War.
Yeah, but Apocalypse is like beyond. He's like ancient. Okay. Like Egyptian type things.
Yeah. Whatever. It's fine. Nah, I don't know enough about Apocalypse to go that way. I'm between a couple. I think maybe I forget her name even, but it's Kitty something.
Kitty Pryde?
Yeah. But she can like phase through walls and like also phase other people through walls.
All right. Okay. I'll take it a step back. I'll remove Onslaught. I'll do Magneto. You took because that's just too that's just too powerful. Okay. So you got Xavier, I got Magneto, you got Kitty Pryde. Mm-hmm. That's your 5th one?
Yeah, that's my 5th one.
All right.
I was thinking maybe Deadpool.
Ooh.
I don't know if you count that as an...
You can.
And like...
You can if you want.
Yeah.
Because I'm about to go Forge.
Okay.
Time travel.
Yeah. We'll swap number 5.
Or Cable.
Yeah. Ooh. I'll swap number 5 for Deadpool.
Deadpool?
Yeah.
Dang, we're in Deadpool head to head. Like both of them have healing abilities. Dang.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Wolverine's gonna come out looking better.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. Like that face under the mask with Deadpool is not good at all.
Just not what you want.
Not what you want. All right, so yours again was Cyclops.
Yeah, Cyclops, Gambit, Rogue, Xavier, and Deadpool.
Okay. Mine was Wolverine, Nightcrawler, Magneto, Forge. I'm missing one. Oh, Phoenix.
Oh yeah,
Phoenix. That's right, Phoenix. So
that's right.
That's
I mean, I don't think my team has a snowball's chance in heck against yours, but
because Phoenix alone,
right?
Yeah,
right.
All right,
she's a class 5.
I'll keep her Jean Grey. I'll keep her Jean Grey. I won't go Phoenix.
Okay.
I just I need to get to battle Xavier back to back with the mind games there.
Yeah.
You know. So okay. So I keep it Jean Grey. I think it's pretty even.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's pretty even. Wolverine against Deadpool. Mm-hmm. Jean Grey against Xavier.
Yeah.
Then I have Forge against Cyclops.
Okay.
You got Rogue right still, right?
Yeah.
Who do I have?
Rogue and Gambit.
Rogue and Gambit you have, and then I have Nightcrawler and Magneto left.
I think Rogue could take Magneto.
I'll give you, okay, so Magneto, you think so?
Yeah. If she can get close enough to touch him, she gets the powers.
Yeah. Nightcrawler and Gambit.
I think that would be fun. That would be a fun one to watch.
Yeah.
Because he's like throwing the plasma charge cards, and Nightcrawler's just popping in everywhere.
Just banting all over the place. Did you know that every time that Nightcrawler bants him, he leaves like a bad odor?
Yeah.
Like a fart smell, like a...
Yeah, he goes through like an alternate dimension, and it's like a sulfur atmosphere.
There you go,
yeah.
Cool, okay. So, you want to call it even?
Yeah, I think that's probably
an even match.
Pretty solid draw.
Okay. So Nightcrawler and Gambit will be a fun one to watch.
I would love to watch that.
Wolverine and Deadpool will be a forever match. He's like, okay, guys, stop. Just stop.
They're just constantly stabbing and shooting each other.
Just stop fighting, guys. Okay, it's even draw there. Who else? Phoenix and Jean Grey and Xavier will be like a chess board game.
Yeah.
Mental chess, just back and forth.
I think that would be the least interesting fight to watch.
Yeah, like...
Because they're both just going to be sitting there.
Sitting down.
Fingers to their heads. Eyes closed.
Guys, what are you guys doing? We're battling mentally. Telepathically, we're just battling here. Alright, so yeah, let's call it a draw.
Yeah.
Let's call it a draw. Alright, so shoot us your top 5 X-Men characters, and it could be good or bad, heroes or villains, either one. But shoot us your top 5 X-Men characters and why you chose that 5 as your team.
Definitely. And also, X-Men is something I've been wanting to like get more into. So I didn't watch it a lot as a kid.
The cartoon was amazing.
Yeah.
The best cartoon, one of the best cartoons ever.
And so at this point, like, I'm not 100% sure where to start. So if y'all have a good starting point, hit us up in the emails.
Yes.
And let me know.
All right. On to the third segment, which you call it, What or Who Am I?
Yes.
Almost like a riddle me this or riddle me that.
Yeah.
Who's afraid of the big black bat? Oh, the Riddler there.
Oh, my.
All right, so...
Riddle me this, Batman.
So you want to go first or should I go first?
You do yours first.
Okay. I have my own standalone movie from back in the 80s.
Yep.
All right. I appear... my first appearance again into the cinematic universe was in one of the Marvel movies back in 2014.
Okay.
And I appeared in a couple more Marvel movies there afterwards.
Who didn't?
I am not human.
Okay.
But I talk and act like a human. And I have a human girlfriend.
Okay. I'm thinking...
You can name the character or name the movie.
I want to say Thor.
No.
No.
I am not human at all. No human characteristic, like physical characteristics. But I act like a human.
Oh. Okay. No human... Wait. Is Vision?
No.
I'm not good at this one.
His first initial is H.
Okay, his first initial is H.
Second initial to the second name is D. Or it's blank the... it's...
Oh, Howard the Duck?
Howard the Duck.
Okay. See, I don't know enough about Howard the Duck to...
I love Howard. See, that was a movie flop. But I actually still love it. I don't care. Like, people say, oh, the movie sucks. I grew up watching stupid movies, and to me that was amazing.
Yeah.
And I just found out that George Lucas was the executive producer.
That's interesting.
It was like, wow. So
yeah, I had no idea about that.
Martin Short and Robin Williams also auditioned for Howard the Duck's voice. Mm-hmm. Of course, they didn't get it, but they auditioned for it at least, So
that's interesting.
Yeah,
I don't know that much about the character. I think at one point my dad said he had a bunch of the comics sitting around somewhere.
Great.
But yeah, I do love that he has cameos in several of the Marvel movies now. They
got to make his own movie again.
Yeah.
And he's a Marvel character, so...
They need to hit a redo on that.
Seriously.
I mean, they did it for the Hulk.
Yeah.
His first movie was real bad, but, they kept bringing him back, so... Let's get a Howard the Duck reboot.
Yes, Marvel, please, Howard the Duck reboot, and let George Lucas actually do it right this time. Okay?
Yeah.
What is yours?
Okay, so mine takes the form, a little bit more of a riddle format. And there's my mouse pointer. Okay, so I'm going to be reading from the perspective of the thing you're trying to guess what it is. All right, so I grow high up in the air, taller than the trees. I'm shaped by the breeze, but I never breathe. What am I?
Say it one more time.
Okay, so I grow up in the air, taller than the trees. I'm shaped by the breeze, but I never breathe.
A cloud?
Cloud's a good guess, though. It has several of the characteristics there.
Man.
Yeah, I'm thinking something a little more down to earth.
Fog?
Maybe something a little bit less ethereal.
Man, I'm not good with riddles, man. Yeah, remember, I suck at clues and stuff like that. Remember, we went to the escape room and I was horrible in the escape room. I was useless. So I'm not good with that.
I was not great in the escape room. My one major contribution in the escape room was figuring out the combination lock in the first room.
You pulled it open.
And I didn't do that by figuring out the riddles. I felt where the locks loosened.
Yeah.
And lined them all
that
up
helped us though. We moved along, okay?
Yeah, it's still cheating, but...
Oh, man. I don't know, Chauncey.
Alright, so it's made up primarily of one of the 4 primary elements. Like the...
Wind?
But it's not air. And it's not fire. And it's not water.
Earth?
It's made up primarily of earth.
Is it a bush? I don't know.
No. Are you giving up, or do you want a hint?
Give me one more hint.
Okay. There's quite a few of these on or near the United States West Coast, and there's smaller ones along the East Coast.
Mountains?
Mountains.
Oh.
Yes.
It is shaped by the wind.
Yeah.
Erosion.
That's
right, yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay, you got me there. That was a good one. I kept thinking something above, but you did say higher than...
Grows higher than the trees.
Higher than the trees, yeah. So I'm thinking, okay, wind, a cloud. I'm like, okay. That's good.
Yeah. It's inspired by one of the Lord of the Rings riddles, I believe.
You see, I would have failed that journey. I would have failed that long journey of Lord of the Rings. I
would have got down there with Gollum, and I don't think I would have made it out of that cave.
Nope. I would have failed. So,
although I'm a lot bigger than a hobbit, so I might have been just fine. But I wouldn't have gotten the riddles right. I would have been killing him with brute force. Full on caveman on the poor little guy.
My precious.
Such good movies.
They better make another one.
And even better books.
Yeah.
What would they make it about?
I never saw Sauron, his real character, his real form.
Oh yeah.
I want to see that.
Okay, I mean, I guess they could go back, and do some of the history stuff. Because there are books for that.
Which I think they're making actually that in one of the new shows on Prime. I think on Prime.
Yeah, I think so.
Right?
Yeah,
it's on Prime. I think they're talking about Sauron, but I've always been interested in the character Sauron. Was he good at first and then turned bad? Like,
I don't think so.
You think he was just evil all the time?
Yeah, from the backstory that I've read, basically he pretended to be good.
Okay.
So that the elves would teach him how to make the magic rings.
Okay.
But he made a bunch of rings and passed them out to all the world leaders, and then we made one ring that controlled all the other rings for himself. So it was just a sneaky way to take over the world, basically.
And that's where those kings, what they called?
The wraiths.
The wraith.
Yeah.
Where they come from?
Yeah, it's basically the 9 kings that had the rings.
Okay.
Yeah.
That movie to me always has been, with that story, that plot always been good. I never really watched The Hobbit, the original 80s cartoons.
Mm-hmm.
I need to watch it, because I never really watched it.
I definitely didn't watch that.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. So
I have seen the 3 movies.
Yeah. Okay, but have you watched any of the other trilogy one that came out afterwards? Like, so there was, what's it called? What's the other one called? Oh my God, what was the name of those other 3 movies that came out?
We had the original 3.
The original 3.
Fellowship of the Ring, Two Towers, and Return of the King. Then they had the Hobbit trilogy.
Yeah, the Hobbit trilogy.
Yeah, I've seen
Hobbit, okay. Yep. Hobbit trilogy, and then the original Hobbit one. So that's 7 movies, right?
Yeah. The Hobbit, Desolation of Smog, and Battle of Misty Mountain, or something like that. I own them, so I should know the titles, but I don't. Like, I have the DVDs.
And then the one on Apple is called The Ring of Powers.
Yeah.
So I guess those are on how they get like all the rings.
Yeah, I think it goes over
the whole Sauron.
Just really stretches out the backstory.
Yeah.
I would love to see them make something based on the Silmarillion.
The who?
It's kind of like a backstory book that Tolkien wrote before he wrote everything else.
Okay.
But it literally talks about the creation of the Lord of the Rings universe and like where the elves came from and
where the dwarves.
Yeah. Basically.
So everything were in that world.
Yeah.
In a universe.
Yeah.
I never heard of that book.
Yeah, it'd be pretty cool. I have the book. I haven't finished reading it. It's like maybe a chapter in, and have been for a couple of years. So I'm gonna have to reread that part.
I'm just waiting for the next movie to come out.
No, it's one of those life things. Like you start something and then
you put it aside for a bit, pick it back up,
and you forget where you put the book and the whole thing. But I have read The Hobbit and I've read the Lord of the Rings trilogy also. The books are better than movies. It's always the case.
Why is that? Is it because you read it and you fantasize how it will be, or is it because movies don't tend to stick to the script?
I think it's just the differences in the media. Because, like, books will usually give you more fleshed out detail.
Yeah.
They'll always cut things from the book to fit it into a reasonable time period for the movie to allow. And then a book can easily go into the thought processes of the characters, whereas a movie has a harder time doing that because they have the dialogue that the book gives them, but it doesn't necessarily spell out what they're thinking when they're speaking that dialogue.
Yeah. Can you imagine that the movie having like little air bubbles come out of people's head? What they're thinking?
Or what if they like subtitled everyone's thoughts?
Oh yeah, that too.
It's like, oh my god,
I'm
there's
confused.
so much.
I'm looking everywhere.
So many things happening. I don't even know.
Yeah, that'd be difficult to keep up with in any movie.
Oh yeah,
trying to keep up with everybody's subtitle. Okay, he thinking this, he thinking that. The dog doesn't thinking too.
Or if it paused like every 10 seconds or however often to like have them verbally say what they're thinking and then resume the action.
No, that movie will be
days
long for a movie scene that's actually just 2 minutes long.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right. So Chauncey got Howard the Duck. I couldn't get Chauncey's riddle.
No, you got there. I didn't tell you what it was.
That's true. You didn't tell me. That's true. But I mean, I had actually for like a few extra bonus tips. But hey,
I mean, you gave me the initials HG.
HGTV. Yeah, Howard the Duck. Interesting character. He was a very perverted, young, foul-mouthed character. Like,
I wonder why the first movie didn't do well. And when did they make it? Like in the
80s? 84, 85 it came out?
I wonder why it didn't do well in the 80s. I'm not sure.
For real. Howard the Duck. All right, folks. Coming up to our last segment for the night here in our podcast. So, talking about current events, and you wanted to talk about AI, Chauncey.
Yes, the advent of AI technology in our society.
Is it good? Is it bad? Is it a little bit of both? Is it?
I mean, it's certainly everywhere now, and it's one of those things that seems like it really just popped up overnight. Like, all of a sudden, there's just AI everything.
Everything's AI.
So,
ChatGPT.
Yeah, ChatGPT is probably the OG culprit, at least the one that everyone knows.
Yeah.
And everyone started building their large language models, and now we have Magic Write and picture generators and
text to images and all that kind of stuff.
All kinds of stuff. Now, I do want to preface this conversation by saying what they are calling AI technology right now is not the same as like Terminator AI.
Not yet.
Not ever. It's in no way ever going to become sentient and start like
Skynet. Can that happen?
Not with the current programming. No. Have you asked AI to like generate something for you?
Well, it depends on how you ask it, because you can work around. Because, like, for example, I was watching this podcast, and one of the guys was like, you could try to ask AI to build you a pipe bomb, but it won't tell you how to build it. But if you ask it, hey, what are the materials used in a pipe bomb? It will give you the materials, but it won't show you or instruct you on how to build it, though.
Okay. So you can get the materials, and they're like, so what do the ratios of these materials
You're going to blow your hands off.
Yeah, home bomb building is really not a good choice for life or limb. So we would obviously advise against it.
Yeah, and please don't use any AI for any wrongdoing or evil doing or trying to create some type of weapon. Please be careful out there.
Yes, yeah. So I think the thing that kind of gets me going about the AI stuff is I've spent a lot of my life doing stuff in the creative field, like writing or now programming. And this AI stuff comes along, and you can just kind of tell it what you want, and it just spits out exactly what you're trying to get, something that would take a real person months or years to create. Like, is the AI technology close to a point where it's going to start like costing people jobs?
That's true. Yeah.
Like, why does Hollywood keep employing writers when they can just have AI generate scripts for them?
But AI wouldn't know. I mean, it's still like a human feeling, a human thought. I don't care how much you put into AI. A human thought, feelings, emotions still doesn't compare. AI will never compare to that.
Yeah.
You know?
Actually, I was playing with this thing that Microsoft just updated onto my computer a little bit earlier. It's Copilot. I saw a commercial for it, and one of the things they had in there was this guy who was building a video game, and he types into Copilot like, "Give me code for an open source, like an open world video game," and it just spits out the code that you would need to create that.
So did he just copy and paste the code?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, that's not
right. That's what I'm saying. Like, now, as we mentioned on a previous podcast, I'm working on a game right now.
Yeah.
And like, I'm going on forums and learning how to actually do the code and write it myself. But if you can just have an AI generate it for you, that, to me, that seems wrong.
It seems wrong, but think about it this way as well. Like, you are searching on your own on how to do the coding on your behalf. When you finish building your game or creating your game, how can I say, like, the gratitude, the glory, your how you feel towards your accomplishment will be different as if you just say, hey, AI, I want to build this game so and such ways with such characters, whatever it is, world, whatever, and it does it for you like in a day or two, and all you got to do is just start rendering color and doing whatever you got to do. I don't know. Would you feel the same? No.
No, I mean, the sense of accomplishment wouldn't be there, but, you know, the money in the bank might, which...
And that becomes... It's not art anymore. It's not a hobby. It's not art. It's just you chasing money, chasing wealth. I don't know. And there's nothing wrong with chasing the wealth. If you're gonna have the right intentions, behind that. But it's just like, our forefathers, our parents, you know, they built stuff with their hand. They created stuff, you know what I'm saying, out of their imaginations.
Right.
They didn't use this AI computer.
Yeah.
You know, so I hear you. It's frustrating.
Like if I'm trying to come up with a story and I get stumped on what the main plot should be, can I just have the AI give me the plot?
It's not natural.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I don't know, it's not natural.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It's one of those things that, like, you think about. Specifically going back to the Hollywood thing, like, even if they wanted to keep the human element, instead of having a team of writers, they could have one writer to review what the AI spits out.
And we're not saying that AI is bad. Like, I mean,
it has its place for sure. But I think some of the applications they're starting to make it for, I think there's going to be repercussions for the ways that it's being used now.
For society, the culture, employment, you know, definitely. I could see that, you know what I'm saying? If that's what, like, I didn't go to college, you know.
Right.
But I've always had an interest in different things. I could draw. I played a few instruments growing up. You know, I love jets, you know, stuff like that. Natural stuff that I like to do that come out of my own wants, my own desires. If you have to ask AI to give you hobbies and desires, and you still feel empty inside.
Yeah.
Because it's not self-fulfilling. It's not what comes out of you naturally. So I don't know. Like I said, AI is not bad for certain things, but I think it will become a problem in the long run.
Yeah.
For society, I believe that they should have like some type of regulation towards it.
Probably. I think especially in the creative space.
Yeah.
I would say there's got to be some sort of restrictions on where you can use AI generated content.
I agree.
Because, like, if you're a TV network, if the show is completely AI generated, do you air that? I think that becomes a moral question for the TV network.
That's true. Now, I believe that those kind of businesses can use it for like forecasting, for like, you know, business forecasting, stuff like that, you know.
Oh, sure, yeah, 100%.
But not for completing a task.
Right.
Not for completing a job. You know what I'm saying? That a human being needs to survive with, or went to college for, spent all this time and money in college, and now we have this computer generated artificial intelligence taking over work,
right,
jobs. So definitely, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think computers should kind of stay to what they've been doing and handle the mundane, repetitive stuff. We program them, we tell them how to do things that we've figured out how to do. So rather than reinvent the wheel, we just have the computer redo that process over and over, and they're great at that. Like, that, they're fantastic at that. But as far as creativity, I think maybe we should leave that to humans.
Imagination, all humans.
So, like, yeah, imaginative efforts, creative efforts should be left to those who are soul equipped.
And if you're a human listening to this saying, well, I just typed in what I wanted in ChatGPT, that's my imagination. No, it doesn't count. That does not count. Word for word, detail for detail, what you want expressed on paper or you typing it into a computer, that's your imagination.
Yeah.
You know, so.
And so I will say there's one thing I've seen AI used for, and I think it's a really good application of the technology. It's for refining things that you create yourself. So the example they had on the commercial for this specific one was like someone wrote an email and the AI was like, and they're like, can you make this sound more upbeat? Or obviously computers have been grammar checking forever. Any of that kind of stuff.
That's fine.
I think that's perfect.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Like,
that's fine.
That's enhancing what you've created.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think as far as creating something unique on their own, I don't know.
Yeah. If you were to write a movie plot or a story for a book and you typed it all into ChatGPT or any type of AI generator, that's fine to me because you actually wrote the whole context of it.
Well, right, exactly. Like, you could write a conversation between two people and then be like, make this sound more natural.
Correct. You know?
I think that makes sense.
Some people may not have that linguistic skill or that natural writing ability because they went to college and took X amount of classes for it. I understand that part. So you type it in yourself and you ask it to enhance it and make it sound better, either funnier, more natural, more in depth, stuff like that. That's cool. But for it to create something from scratch for you,
yeah.
No.
And then aside from the moral considerations, a lot of people don't know how the AI technology works.
That's true.
It's actually really interesting to me anyway, but I'm a nerd, so maybe not to everyone else. So you'll feed in to the large language model, or in the case of like image generation, like a large image model, different examples of like everything. And so when you put in the prompts, it pulls up all the examples it has associated with that and comes up with a percent of like, what is the next right thing to put here? So in the case of writing, it's like, what's the next letter most of the time? Yeah. Based on all of my examples.
Correct, yeah.
And that's how it writes what you've said. It'll pull up all of its examples of the prompt that you typed in and just put in the next correct letter based on all its examples. So technically, even though it's creating something new, its work is derivative of all the stuff that's been fed into it.
Yeah. And it can't learn in itself. It's all what we feed into it, right?
Right.
So it's like, it's not, so it cannot be like Skynet. It's not.
Well, sort of. I mean, they did a thing with the original ChatGPT, I think. They kind of opened it up to the internet and was like, find examples of these things. So it kind of like scoured the internet and found what it was looking for.
Okay.
So in that sense, I guess it's learning on its own.
But I heard that there's some type of firewall.
You still have to filter it too.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it can find examples that aren't correct.
It's still working on the text to image stuff because it still doesn't get what you write down in details to what you expect it to look like.
Yeah.
So they're still working on that. And also the linguistic in AI is still not good either.
Yeah.
So, like, for example, if you type in Chauncey and Ray podcast, it may put 2 C's and double R for Ray, and it won't put it down correctly for the image.
Right.
Yeah, so still working on that there.
Yeah. It's a work in progress.
Yeah.
I think there's definitely moral implications with the technology as it develops and whatnot. But yeah, so if you're a business owner out there, just be careful how you choose to use and apply the AI technology, I think.
Yeah. I think it could be helpful.
Sure.
But also dangerous and make you lazy.
Yeah.
But the good thing about it too is that some of these colleges and schools already too have like, they can notice when a student uses ChatGPT for homework or for essays or whatever. So they like, nope, we see what you did here.
Yeah.
So certain programs that they use that could identify what was done and what was used, beforehand.
Yeah.
So, all right.
So, with the Marvel movies, Infinity War was so much better, in my opinion, than everything that has been part of the multiverse.
Okay, Infinity War or Endgame?
Like the Infinity War plotline, the whole... So
from Endgame and prior?
Yeah.
Okay, definitely, yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So, they're so epic and so good.
Definitely.
And then they're doing the multiverse movies, and I feel like
trash.
They're all completely lackluster.
They're trash. They're actually trying to scrap all that and start a new phase because they have been flopping. I just watched the Marvels this past weekend.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet. Please.
I'm not gonna say anything about it.
It's so funny because what is it? At least a dozen times now, I have watched a movie with super high expectations, and I'm like, this one has to be good, and every single time, it's like, no, it's not. It's just not. So I'm wondering if the studios who are doing the Marvel stuff are generating the plots with AI.
They probably are.
That would explain the dramatic shift in the quality.
A couple of months ago, they hired this lady to become like the new Marvel writer.
Okay.
She just got fired last week or 2 weeks ago. She just got fired because she was trying to make everything women empowerment. I have nothing against women. I have nothing against women. Of course.
I've noticed that trend.
But everything has been women empowerment.
Noticed that trend.
You know, and I have nothing against women, but it's like you have to
let's at least be 50-50.
Yeah, like you gotta cater to the masses, not just to one culture, you know, to one stereotype. You can't, because then it's gonna start taking away from, like the fan base.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like to me, Iron Man, to me, Part 1 was the best Marvel movie in the past
so good
20 years.
Absolutely spectacular. I've watched it a dozen times and will probably watch it a dozen more.
Captain America Civil War, amazing.
Oh my god, yes.
Amazing. Captain America, to me, even better Captain Civil War, The Winter Soldier.
Okay.
That one had good writing, good fighting. Mm-hmm. Everything was great about that. And then Endgame came. Endgame was amazing as well. And after that,
great.
After that was just like...
And then you had some of the TV series... What was WandaVision first, right?
That was good.
I enjoyed WandaVision.
That was great.
It wasn't as action-y, but that's to be expected.
Yeah, Hawkeye was pretty good too.
Hawkeye was good.
She-Hulk was not good.
Yeah, no. And the way they ended She-Hulk was just bad.
Yeah, like CGI was horrible in that. Like,
it was weird and kitschy and just not...
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, if these writers are using AI to create these Marvel stories nowadays and not going off what comic books, keep it simple, guys. We have references out there called comic books. Please use comic books.
I understand wanting to go off script.
Yeah, that's fine. A little bit, that's fine.
They did it with Game of Thrones. They did it with Walking Dead just to keep people guessing. Because otherwise the fans who came in from the comics or the books or whatever would be like, well, I know exactly what's coming, so I don't need to watch it. But so they twist it, they set it up a little bit differently.
Yeah, but we got resources out there.
But yeah, like...
references, comic books.
Use your source material.
Cartoons that were great back in the 90s and 80s, you know what I'm saying? Even 2000s.
Right. Maybe develop a little bit less in the beginning of the movie, because you're taking way too long in the development.
Yes.
And then, do some more action-y stuff. They're superhero movies.
Exactly.
We expect action.
We don't need all these love stories and all these... conversations.
Right.
So.
And also, when is Widow coming back? They did it, they brought her back in the end of the What If series. Spoilers if you haven't seen it, but.
Thank you, Chelsea.
Yeah. But every time I watch something, I'm waiting for her to come back in the main storyline. I guess they could have put her in a different universe, but that seems stupid and silly.
Let's see what they do, because supposedly they're bringing back Iron Man and all the characters back for one more film, supposedly. Yeah. So that's what I heard. That's what I read. So
I wonder how they're going to do that. Time travel. Well, it's there in the multiverse saga, so I guess it could be.
They got to go with the multiverse stuff. They got to go away from that. Just keep it.
But the thing, I love the concept of the multiverse thing. They've just really done such a poor job.
Exactly. I love the idea, but they just went too far ahead too fast. Slow it down a little bit.
I think the only thing they've done right as far as the multiverse stuff is Loki.
Loki was good.
Loki was really good.
Loki was good.
And it's not the one I was expecting to enjoy, but I actually really enjoyed
Loki. Was good. Loki was good.
But they're doing a weird thing with the multiverses and time sort of being interwoven, and I don't know if that's how that would work necessarily.
They're trying to bring too much stuff, like the quantum theory into it, the multiverse, using the ring, using this and that. It's just keep it simple.
Yeah.
Bringing people through one verse, and that's it. We don't need multiple multiverses, small ones, to create one big one.
Right.
One big multiverse, and that's it. Well, hope you guys enjoyed our show tonight.
Yeah, I think it's a good one.
It was a good one. Lengthy one?
It's our shortest so far. If we're
it felt longer. I don't know why. It felt longer. Do you want to maybe do a bonus? Or leave it for next time?
We got time for a little bonus content. You guys want some bonus content? Let us know in the email. But we're going to go ahead and do it anyway, assuming that you're going to ask for it.
Yeah. So the bonus content here, if we were stranded on an island.
Yes.
And you could have anybody on the island with you, but from your favorite show, what cast would it be?
Okay, so like a deserted island or just
deserted
like
island,
a tropical island, like a Hawaiian island?
Any island of your dreams, but you deserted.
Okay, so no one else is there.
No one else is there. There's no technology either.
Whatever cast you're bringing with you.
Whatever cast.
Okay.
There's no technology. So basically, it's almost like survival.
Okay.
And you got to start building up the technology in there, and homes, and make it like your own little country, I guess. But just that's too far ahead. Anyways, just do for every cast.
All right. So I want to make sure that I survive the initial experience, so that I can do some of the development stuff and whatever down the road. So I think it's a small cast.
Okay.
But I'm going to bring Bear Grylls from Man vs. Wild.
Only him?
Yep. He's basically the whole cast of the show. Unless you count the cameraman, because they show up occasionally, but that's more mouths to feed. So just Bear Grylls.
Oh, man. Only
he's got the survival skills.
Oh, wow. I'm thinking like a Fresh Prince or something like that, You talk about Bear Grylls, oh man. Okay. All right, so you got Bear Grylls. All right, let me see here. Yeah. I'll stick with, I got it, Saved by the Bell cast.
The cast of Saved by the Bell. Okay.
The original Saved by the Bell, too. The original Saved by the Bell. Yeah.
I mean, if we weren't going to go for reality TV so much, like more of a sitcom cast, did the Swiss Family Robinson have a show, or is it just like a book?
I think they had a spin-off cartoon. Did they? No, they had the movie off of Disney, the old, I think, 60s movie, whatever it was.
So you could go that way, I guess. Also, potentially Gilligan's Island, the cast from Gilligan's Island.
Okay.
They've got some experience in surviving on a deserted island for a period of time.
If I was going with cartoons, it would be the cast of the Wild Thornberrys.
Ooh, yeah. That's a good choice.
The Wild Thornberrys.
Yeah. I might go with the cast of Jimmy Neutron if we were going cartoons.
Okay.
I feel like Jimmy could get me out of that situation pretty fast.
Oh. So I got Saved by the Bell. I got Wild Thornberrys.
Also, maybe the cast of Lost.
They're dead. They're dead.
Spoiler alert.
Come on, seriously. Like, I think anything over 10 years we could talk about. I think. Okay. You got lost. You're talking to people who are stuck in.
If you don't mind hanging plot lines,
dude, that was so annoying.
I love. They just did a cliffhanger at the end of every season and never revisited any of them.
Bad writing. That's when they needed ChatGPT right there.
That's when they were first developing the AI technology. They're like, let's test it by making this show.
Oh my god!
It's like, give me the plot to a show about people plane crashed on a deserted island, and that's what it spit out. The show Lost. So there you go. That's why it was so bad, guys.
So guys,
apologies if you enjoyed the show. It just had the hanging plot lines. I couldn't do it.
So I had Saved by the Bell, and I had the Wild Thornberrys. You had Jimmy Neutron.
Yeah, Jimmy Neutron.
Lost.
I think I'd go with Gilligan's Island over Lost.
Gilligan's Island, and who else?
Someone else.
He said Swiss
Family Robinson.
Right.
If we did movies, but if we're specifically shows, probably Gilligan's Island.
Okay. If we did movies, I gotta say Rambo.
Rambo.
Yeah.
Is your deserted island occupied by?
No, it's not.
Guerrilla forces.
By guerrilla forces? No, it's not. Okay, Tarzan.
Okay, yeah. I think Tarzan would work.
Tarzan would work.
You could make Tarzan work for sure.
And that was why Rambo? Who are you finding out here? No, there's trees.
I mean, if you're doing movies, George of the Jungle.
Oh yeah, I got it. Wow. What's the name of the movie with Tom Hanks where he's a FedEx fighter?
Castaway.
Castaway. Wilson. Him and Wilson.
Oh my. Well, I feel like one of those would be more useful than the other.
Right. Oh man. So, all right, folks. I hope you guys enjoyed it tonight. That was a little bit of a bonus content there. we'll catch you again in with episode 4 already.
Episode 4 in a couple weeks. Yeah.
Man, we're moving along here. That's good. That's good. Hope you guys are enjoying this. Please give us some feedback. So
yeah, let us know what you're liking. Any ideas that you have for topics of discussion or things that you'd like to hear. All of that you can do in the comments or in the email, which again is the Eclectic Corner podcast @gmail.com.
@gmail.com. And good night, folks.
Yep. Adios.